Hi, Modupe. How are you?
Hi, I'm okay. Not so happy, but
Mm,
I'm just pushing.
okay, yeah, you mentioned. Did you go through the counseling form I sent you earlier?
Yeah, I went through it and I signed already. You
Okay.
know.
Do you understand what the counseling form is all about?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. So yeah,
Okay, so that means you don't have any questions, nothing?
not at all.
Okay. The last time we talked, you mentioned that we're having issues with school, with home and everything. Can you share more light on it?
Oh, it's just a lot. First off, I'll start with the troubles I have at home. So much responsibility on me as the
Mhm.
first child. There's so much pressure from my parents, especially my mom. And
Yeah.
then I also have to deal with being the only, like, I have two sisters, two baby sisters, and I have to like take care of them. They look up to me. It just makes me assume the role of being an adult that I'm not ready for yet. So it's a lot, it's overwhelming, but I don't know how to handle it. And because I have to deal with all of that, it's kind of affecting my schoolwork because I do not have time to like read. And even when I try to read, I'm so exhausted mentally that I don't even assimilate anything that I read. It just goes out immediately because my mind is not settled. So it's just been a lot.
Okay. If I'm getting you, if I'm understanding you correctly, you mentioned that you have to deal with school, you have to deal with home, and you are taking care of your two sisters. Am I right?
Yes,
And
exactly.
all of this is actually causing you to not focus on school,
Yeah,
right?
you're correct. Yeah.
Okay. What about your parents?
Oh, my parents are always busy too. My dad, he works a 9 to 5 and then he comes back. He tries to get some rest. He doesn't even have much time to, talk to me or my siblings. And then my mom, she has a business. So she runs her business almost all through the clock. So they're always busy and they rely on me to do a lot of things for my siblings, especially my sisters. So yeah, I try to have this conversation with them, but they barely even have time to have the conversation with me. So that's why I thought of sharing with someone else. I thought of sharing it with you because I know that the last time we had a session, you really helped with the advice you gave. So I knew that it was time for me to get some practical advice again. So that's why I reached out to you.
Thank you for sharing what you'll be going through. I know it hasn't been easy for you, right? Yeah, having to deal with school, having to deal with home. It's not something that someone can actually like endure by themselves because school alone is something that takes your time and your energy. But how have you been handling school? I know it has been stressful, but how have you been coping? Because how many times in a week do you attend classes?
I attend classes 4 times a week. And then the other 2 days, I try to do my school work, like assignments and projects that we have on ground to do, and still have to take care of chores at home and my siblings. So I've been juggling that. And at this point, it has become so overwhelming. And I just need an advice on how to carry on so my grades do not get badly affected. In fact, it's already affecting my grades a bit, but I do not want it to get to the point where I'm totally struggling. So that's why I thought of sharing this with you.
Okay. So you go to school from Monday till Thursday.
Sure, yeah.
So you only have Fridays to yourself till Sundays.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
so does that mean that on Friday till Sunday you do chores at home?
Yes, I do chores, but the only good thing is I'm not like working with a time frame on my on like days I have to go to school where I have to get up very early in the morning and I have to like make sure I do my chores before it's school time.
Mm.
Fridays to Sundays I'm more laid back because I don't have to work with a time frame, but it's just like I have too much chores stocking, like piling for me, like laundry for myself, my siblings, I have to clean the home, I have to do so many things. So yeah,
Okay, so that means you don't have a schedule that you follow. You just any random time you have, that's when you just do the chores, right?
yes.
Fixed time for you.
I don't have a fixed time.
Okay. Um, when do you normally do your schoolwork?
Weekends from Fridays. I try to work within Friday to Sunday. Sometimes I try to do it all in one day. Maybe Friday, I just do everything I have to do. But sometimes I spread it out,
Okay.
but it's still not easy because like I do not have a schedule. I just jump on this and then I jump on that. It's like I'm doing this and 1 minute I'm off to the next thing. So it's more like I'm very disorganized. I don't have like a arranged way of doing everything. So it's
Okay. So so if I'm hearing you correctly, you don't have a scheduled time where you do your chores, and when it comes to your schoolwork, you just do it randomly, like whenever you have free time, that's when you do it. Is that correct?
sure.
Okay. Have you ever thought about having a schedule whereby, or you have like a fixed time where you do all your assignments, then you, whenever you it's that particular time, your family members will be aware that, oh, by 7 p.m., Dupe will be doing an assignment. So we're not going to stop Dupe during that period.
I've never
Ever
thought of
thought
that.
about that? No?
I've never thought of that. But that makes sense because if
Yeah.
I have a schedule and especially if I place the schedule in an open area in the house, maybe like I place it right in front of the refrigerator, everyone is going to see it and they know, oh, by 2 I'm doing this, by 4 I'm doing that.
Yeah.
That actually makes a lot of sense. I never thought of that.
That's a good idea. And when it comes to your chores, so is it just like, do you just do the laundry? Do you cook? Do you do other things apart from the laundry?
Yeah, I basically do everything in the house when my parents are not in. Like I said, my parents, they are always like walking around the clock, even though my dad works a 9 to 5. But when he
Mhm.
comes back, he's pretty much tired. And I mean, it's almost the end of the day. So I cook, I clean, I do the laundry, I make sure my younger ones have all their meals. I make sure they do their assignments, their schoolwork. So yeah, I basically handle almost everything in the house. Yeah.
Okay. So your younger ones, how old are they?
Um, 3 and 10.
Oh, 3 and 10.
Yeah.
Have you thought about giving your the 10 years old some tasks to do?
I've never thought of that too. I just feel like they look up to me and I just feel like I have more experience and knowledge with these things. So, and I don't want them to get like make my work harder. So I
Yeah.
always like try to do everything because I feel like they're gonna flop things and make it more difficult for me. So I
Okay.
never thought of that.
Yeah. So when did you start handling tasks by yourself?
Funny enough, I started quite early. My mom started teaching me how to cook and how to like clean the home, do the laundry and all of that when I was 12. So pretty
Wow.
much close to the time. Yeah.
Okay. So you can actually, since your mom was the one that trained you, right? Since you're the big sister, you can be like helping your younger one to, do one or two. I'm sure they look up to you, right? They
They
always
do.
want to be, yeah, they always want to be close to you as the big
Yes.
sister. So you, while doing the chores, you can ask one of them to help you with this. I'm sure they're going to be excited to help you. Before you know it, they'll get used to the task and they will be excited to even assist you.
Hmm. That makes sense. I mean, assigning roles to them, that makes sense. I mean, my baby sisters are really smart,
Yeah.
especially the 10 years old. She's really, really smart, right? So I can actually ask her to do the laundry. It's just to take the clothes, put them in. I separate them, put them in badges, and she helps me, throw them in and press the button.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, that makes sense. I never thought of that.
Yeah, because kids are always looking up to their elder ones. Like me, I have a younger sister, and she's always trying to do whatever I'm doing. So that's another way in which you guys can actually build this bond that will draw you people closer. Because if you're trying to do everything yourself, you are just going to make yourself get tired easily, and that's why you're finding it difficult to just adjust because you have to do other things and you still have schoolwork to handle. So in order to just reduce the stress you're going through, you can just delegate some tasks to your younger ones. Even the little one that you feel is too young, you can actually tell her to do something. Oh, just help me with this, and she will do it. And you can tell her thank you, and she'll be so excited because you told her thank you. In a way, you're actually reducing the stress you're going through while also building the friendship, the bond between your younger ones.
Hmm.
It's something you can try out.
I actually love the idea. I never thought of these suggestions, and I can see how practical they will be if I put them in use because I definitely think they will work if I use them. So, you see, that's why I always like talking with you because you always give me the advice that I need. You always give me suggestions that are practical and are always helpful, So I just want to say thank you again. And I definitely will put these suggestions into use and I'll give you a feedback. Let's see in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Let's see how it goes. And then I'll let you know how it's going. Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned that your parents are busy, right? Have you ever had a discussion with your mom about how stressed you've been because of the household chores and your school? Have you ever had that discussion with them?
Yeah, I try to, but like I said, just because they are always busy, they'll say, "Oh, okay, we can talk about this tomorrow or the day after." And the day after tomorrow comes and they're still walking around the clock and they're tired and they just haven't given me that listening ear for a long while now because they're quite tired and busy. So I don't know how to like have that discussion with them, but I know my parents are very loving and considerate, right?
Mhm.
But they do not know how stressed I am at this point in my life. They just think, oh, she knows how to do it. She can handle it. You know, they trust that I can handle it, which is not far fetched from the truth, but it's too much
Yeah.
for me to handle. So I really want them to know that this is a lot of stress for me at this point, but I just don't know how to have that discussion with them or when it's going to be conducive because they're always tired, they're always working. So I don't know.
Okay. I understand. I remember you mentioned that your parents are always busy. Is it like from Monday to Sunday, or they have some? Do you guys have like times that you guys just, have fun together as family, or you have this time that you just hang out, you go for a walk or something like that?
Um, I will say we only have those moments on holidays. Every holidays, my parents do not go to work. They always stay back home. My mom doesn't go to do her business. She doesn't go anywhere, and my dad doesn't go to work. So every holiday, we are always at home. You know, they're just relaxing, resting, and then Sundays too. Most Sundays, they are always home. So yeah, and sometimes my mom likes to take a walk in the morning,
Okay.
weekends, right? She likes to take a walk in the morning to relax. So yeah, those are the times I know that are free for them, and we
Okay.
get to spend family time together.
Okay. So, what do you guys normally do when your parents are home?
On the days they're home like that, we watch TV together. We always talk about it prior to that day. We're always like, oh, we're gonna see this movie, and then it's movie night, or whatever time of the day we want to see the movie, we see a movie. And then sometimes we play games, board games. It's just like a time that we spend together. We communicate sometimes, we laugh, we just have a good time. I
Okay.
guess I'm so engrossed in those moments that I forget that those could be like the best time to have those
Right.
discussions with them, right?
Yeah. Okay. So, how do you normally feel when you guys spend that time together?
Wow. Just like I said, I'm always like so lost in the moment. I'm so engrossed in it because we don't get to enjoy that all the time. So
Mm.
whenever that comes, I just like, dive into it and I just forget about other things. I enjoy those moments so much. I wish we can have more of that. I wish it could be every day, but yeah, I
Yeah.
love those moments. Yeah.
Okay. So, like, whenever you want to have the discussion with your parents about how stressed you are, how tired you've been, when do you normally have that discussion with them? Is it when they just get back from work, or?
Yeah, basically most times when we're having dinner, supper, I just try to chip it in. And then you're like, oh, I'm so tired. Can we have that discussion tomorrow or the day after? And that doesn't happen most times. So I used to feel like maybe that's the best time because I mean they're eating and we can just like talk. Because in the past when I was younger and when my dad's job wasn't as tasking as it is right now, my mom wasn't like into her business as much as she is right now. We normally do have like a how was your day kind of discussion
Yeah.
when we're having our supper, but all of that over time just like faded down. So yeah, that's why I do ask them, and I used to think that's the best time. Yeah.
So, from our discussion now, when do you think is the best time for you to like have that discussion with your parents?
I think the family days, the days they're home, relaxing, especially because it's like a day everyone is like in a very relaxed
Yeah.
mood. Everybody's happy. Everybody's like doing one activity or the activity or the other together. So from our discussion, I realized that wrong timing was another issue because I can't go to someone when they're tired. They just want to eat and have a shower and just go to bed. That's not the best time. But when they're relaxed, they're not going anywhere, we're, having a family time together, it's a good day. It's easier to approach them then. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you for that.
Okay. So, I'm glad we've had that sorted out. At least now we know the best time to, you're supposed to like talk to your parents, and you'll be able to realize that, okay, you can actually um give your younger ones some tasks to do in order to just reduce the stress you're going through. But how will you say you're faring? I know you say you're struggling with school because of the stress, right?
Yeah.
So Do you think you feel much better if your parents are able to reduce the tax they are currently doing?
I will feel way better because I mean, less work, less stress.
Yeah.
So that will help a lot because I know that they will definitely want me to do better in school. They wouldn't
Mhm.
want anything that will weigh me down, even as a person. Um, so yeah, I will definitely be so happy if the roles can be shared, amongst them and myself, and assign the little ones to my younger ones too. So yeah, that will help.
Okay. Before our next discussion, I want you to write out time that you know you'll be free to do your schoolwork, and we're going to talk more about it. I'm going to find out if you've made any changes or if the stress you're talking about, if it has reduced a little bit.
Okay.
And yeah, we're going to have more discussion. But you can always check if you're having any issue. You can always get back to me. Then we'll talk about it.
Sure.
Is that okay?
That's okay. I like that.
Okay.
And I just want to say thank you too.
Yeah, you're welcome. Do you have any other thing that you want to share with me?
No, for now, no. I'm okay. These are my concerns, and I definitely will put into use the suggestions that you gave me and let you know how it's going.
Okay. But your relationship with your parents are perfect. Are okay, right?
Yeah, I have a wonderful relationship with my parents. It's just, you know, time time has been a problem because they don't have time and we don't communicate as much. So yeah, it just seems like there's a little bit of distance, but yeah, we don't have any issue. I just feel like that's why I need to have a conversation with them,
Yeah.
and then we all can work on better communication, making out time for me too, because it's family time, right? It's not centering on anyone, but I need them to like focus on each and every one of us. We all have our individual needs and concerns. So, yeah.
It was really nice having the discussion with you, Modupe.
Thank you. Well, in fact, I should say thank you 1,000 times to you because I can see how this will change a lot of things. In fact, I feel a lot of relief already just thinking of how this will help, reduce the stress from my end. And yeah, that's why I want to say thank you. And I'm glad that I can always, approach you and tell you my concerns. And you always, give me suggestions and ideas that are practical. And you say it in a very calm, respectful manner. You don't judge me. You don't say things like, oh, you're stupid. You should have figured it out, right? Because these things were obviously staring at me, but I wasn't really thinking so much about it. But you helped me realize, oh, you can make things work better just like this, like that. So I'm just thankful that you are approachable and I appreciate it so much.
Thank you too, Dupe. Okay, I will see you next time.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a good
Take
one.
care.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.